Hey! Tut mir leid. Conny, das ist Alex.
Hey, wie geht's, Conrad? Freut mich, Conrad.
I think when we initially find Conrad, the audience might be a little bit taken aback.
Wo ist der Kapitän von dieser Schrottkiste?
Because he's sort of rude, he sort of does whatever he wants, but what I like about this game and what I like about these characters is that depending on how the player plays, the choices they make, it can sort of mold the character.
Hey Leute, ich glaube, wir sollten auf unseren erfahrenen, hübschen, schlauen und hübschen Kapitän hören. Wenn sie sagt, die Vorschriften...
Conny, bitte. Du bist nicht zum Abschleppen hier.
Warte, was?
So Conrad will always be Conrad. Conrad will always have this sort of attitude, this sort of brash nature. But depending on the choices the player makes, he can become a heroic character, or he tries to save his own life and takes off.
Du Vollidiot.
Sie sind weg, oder?
Du bleibst trotzdem ein echter Vollidiot.
He is not the most likable guy in the world, but I think that's what's fun about this kind of storytelling, this kind of gameplay, is that Supermassive creates stories and games where there's so much branching content that a player gets to choose and sculpt the kind of storytelling that they want.
Hey, kann ich dir helfen?
Erstens, warum bist du so merkwürdig? Und zweitens, warum willst du mir zum ersten Mal in deinem ganzen Leben helfen?
Ich dachte nur, das würde die reizende Fliss vielleicht ordentlich beeindrucken.
Okay.
I think my favorite character in the story is actually Brad.
Das ist Brad, mein kleiner Bruder.
Hab ich dir gefehlt?
Lust auf ein Bierchen?
And I think I like Brad because he brings the least amount of baggage to the story. I also feel like as I'm shooting the game and watching the characters develop, to me, Brad sort of feels like the audience. He's knowledgeable about the situation that they're in.
Was weißt du über dieses Wrack?
Gerüchte und Theorien. Ich hatte die Spekulation satt und wollte sehen, ob hier wirklich etwas ist.
He has historical knowledge of the myth and also about the area, the historical area that they're in.
Die Dinger wurden im Zweiten Weltkrieg gebaut, konnten in großer Höhe fliegen und sogar mit Atombomben bestückt werden. Sorry, ja, Nerdalarm.
Nur weiter, Mann.
But I also think that he is the one that is less distracted by the other relationships. I think that Fliss is on a mission. She's there to guard and to lead our group.
So, alle an Bord und bereit abzulegen?
I think that Julia and Alex are so intertwined in their personal relationship that they're almost distracted to everything else. So Brad sort of shows up, even though he's Alex's brother, he's almost like an outsider. And so he's watching all these people. He's meeting almost everybody for the first time. So to me, I think he feels like the audience. He's discovering this world.
Con, man, was geht?
Hast einen guten Riecher bewiesen.
Ich hatte ja Karten.
Brad, dreht auf. Er ist der Brady-Nate.
First of all, I'm a huge fan of horror films, horror entertainment. So I do enjoy being a part of the genre. And I think really the big difference, giving a horror performance versus any other performance is essentially they're normal people put into an extraordinary situation, a heightened situation that we would never want to run into. And so usually you get to explore the depths of terror and fear in a more exaggerated way than you would in a straight drama. But that's fun. Again, you just get put in these extraordinary situations and you just have to react to, you know, your worst nightmares, your worst fears. And I always find that fun. I think what I'm most excited for players when they experience Man of Medan is, first of all, the world that's created. I think it's an incredibly lush, beautiful, sort of an intoxicating world. And also the variety, the beauty of where we start and the really horrific griminess of where we end, I think is a great journey. I also think that it's gonna be very exciting to explore the possibility of how these characters react. And again, that's why I'm a fan of games like this. That's why I was a fan of Until Dawn, because you take these normal people and you put them in an extraordinary situation and you get to play out your fantasy as a player, essentially. You know, you get to experiment, like, what would I do? And I think that each character is relatable. And so when you're making these decisions, when you're choosing the fate of these characters or how they will potentially explore this world, you're really asking yourself as the player, what would I do? And sometimes it's fun to be honest about what you would do, and sometimes it's fun to just potentially make the wrong decision knowing you're doing that. I think that's a really fun thing, and I think players really enjoy that.
for the players.